I'm coming from Nigeria, and I've been living in Nigeria, in Abuja, for 7 months, and it's a good experience of me. And I'm the director of Project Management Office, and I teach also economics. And our aim of this study, this presentation, is bringing an idea, a new model to maybe to be disseminated, a new partnership between universities and NGOs to eliminate the barriers of education for those who are called internally displaced people. We have got many of them, unfortunately, in Nigeria, in Abuja, and it is called IDP. Okay, and I will start with the problem of NGOs, maybe not in Nigeria, in other countries, because the NGOs is our partners, our stakeholders, and by defining their problems, we are going to focus on how we are going to support them. This is the first point of us, problem analysis. And the first one is weak internal management structures and low organizational capacity. The second one is lack of qualified staff. There are many reasons why they have got lack of qualified staff. And the other one is lack of equipment, organization, and offices, computers, and etc. And the other one is depending on international aids, as they are less developed countries or developing countries. There are many of international grants coming to these countries, and lack of engagement in decision-making process, lack of leadership, unfortunately corruption and insecurity are some great problems in Nigeria, according to the CSO. This is Civil Society Organization Sustainability Index prepared by USAID, and it is not just for Nigeria, for sub-Saharan Africa countries. Then after that, we developed the problem tree of it. Why? Because there is a relation between those problems. And it is developed by my director. And starting from the lowest one, for example, being highly dependent on international donors. Then after that, it continues. Then low efficiency of NGOs, one reason, weak international management structure or low organizational capacity, another one. And the problem is, great problem is unsustainability of NGOs in Nigeria. Then after that, we'll continue. We could develop the objective tree. I have not prepared it. In objective tree, everything is going to be perfect, like a dream. Unfortunately, it is not. And then after that, we'll continue strategy selection. As Nile University of Nigeria, what we are going to do. And we decided to empower and capacity building of NGOs. And let me talk about the IDPs and their difficulties. And I am sure all of you, unfortunately, know and hear the causes of the Boko Haram. They started since 2009 and affected 15 million people and 20,000 dead people and displacement of 1.28 people. And the problem started from northeast of Nigeria. And large number of people, kids, moms, fathers, and they have to move their places. And somewhere else, it is called camps. They are either official camps or illegal camps. And IDP with numbers, according to the Internal Displacement Monitor Center, and in Borno State, which is northeast of Nigeria, 1.4 million in 2015. And the Life Builders Initiative, we contribute and we cooperate with them. This is a grassroots NGO in Abuja. It is initiated a man called Mr. David Olatanju. He is a businessman, and for the last 4 or 5 years, and he devoted his life to IDP camps. According to their research, and these are the number of adults in 8 IDP camps in Abuja. and total population calculating kids about 50,000 people. And this is the map of the conflicted areas. Look at the northeast, it is called Borno. Then they come to the FCT, it is the middle of the country. FCT is the Federal Capital Territory, or in other words, Abuja, where I come from. Difficulties of IDPs, the first thing, education. The second one is unemployment. The third one, lack of facilities, providing shelter, access to food. And I have got opportunity to visit IDP camps in Maiduguri, which is in northeast, and 2 IDP camps in Abuja. And the northeast, the government provides them facilities, but in FCT, they just come and settle and they create their shanty houses. It is not an official IDPs, and they couldn't get these opportunities. Okay, and what we are doing as Nile University of Nigeria, we do 2 things. One of them is joint grant application for international calls, and the second one is training on grant application. And this is a picture of us with our friends. The young gentleman is a grant program from an NGO. It is called ASILT, and we provided them an office in our university. I think actually the demand came from them, and we decided and we provided an office. So far we applied more than 5 projects for the last 6 months. And the older gentleman is Mr. David, and we have been engaged with them for the last 6 months. And right now, in this picture, we were preparing a proposal. Okay, what about the stakeholders, starting from the left-hand side? And this is the Life Builders webpage. As you see, these kids, they are all IDPs. And on the right-hand side, we have not just get in touch with Mr. David's NGOs, also some of other NGOs. Cedar Seed Foundation, it's for disabled people. And under this one, Danjuma Ata Foundation for blind people. And left-hand side, Industrial Training Fund, it is a state organization. As we cannot provide all kind of skill acquisition program, we also visited them, we explained them, and they said they were ready to take part in any project. And what about other side of stakeholders is where are we going to get the money? And one sponsor is UNDF, United Nations Democracy Fund. The other one is UK Aid. The other one is some embassies, Japanese embassy. And the last one started for the maybe last 5 months ago, the Voice program, sponsored by Netherlands. And let me show you which project have we applied so far. One of them is UK Aid project. It is Sophia. You may have heard of it. And we decided to develop a removable container classes, and it has got a connection with the internet. And there are 10 universities all around of the world, from US, New Zealand, Bosnia, then some of other countries, Nigeria, and providing higher education to IDPs. And we are planning to reach about 2,000 people for 5 years. The cost budget of the project is almost £4 million. The other one is skill acquisition program. This is the grant given by Japanese embassy. And they provide just equipment for those who are unemployed, and the organizations such as us, and we are planning to obtain equipments and teach the people who are in IDP camps. The other one is United Nations Development Fund, and in this project it is about to explain end of the July, because we applied last December, and we are planning to reach 600 young people and teach them democracy, human rights, and developed a youth democracy center in these IDP camps. And these are some pictures from the IDP camps from Abuja. As you see on the left-hand side, there's a sign. Down, there is a primary school. You see, this is the land is bought and developed by a Life Builders Initiative. And this is the school is run by an NGO just next to the IDPs. And right-hand side, you see a class. Actually, it is really furnished and well-classed. Just, I am going to show you another class. And they describe the classes, school with no walls. And look at the left-hand side, I describe school under the tree. Okay. And these are the conditions in the classes. What about upcoming project? And so far, we have applied about 10 projects. Some of them rejected, and some of them we are still waiting for the answer. Then after that, we started to change our strategy, not giving them each day fish. We decided to teach them how to catch fish. And we'll start inviting our friends, NGOs, to teach how to write projects, and this help them, teach them about project cycle management. And I also like to tell that, and this engagement, this spending time and asking friends to come together, and it is normally, if you are engaged with projects, it takes time and people ask money to even write grant applications. When we come together with our friends, we saw their difficulties and their problems, and in Abuja we saw say kobo. Kobo is the cent of the currency, and we never ask, and we would never ask any single kobo. This is just we see as a social responsibility of university and becoming a helpful stakeholder to the society. And thank you very much for listening to that.